It's summer. That means school is out. Well, basically, because the academic year officially ends on Friday. This is a great opportunity to get the children to know their country by exploring the wonderful attractions located on the island. Between the pages today, we take a dip into Dunn's River's newest waterfall. Plus,
approval was also granted by Cabinet for increases in the 2017-2018 benefits rates for persons on the program of advancement through health and education path.
One less thing to worry about this summer. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and this is Jamaica Magazine. There's lots more during the show. Please stay with us.
Nominations are now open for the 2017 Prime Minister's Youth Awards for Excellence. Persons 15 to 29 years old may apply and be recognized for their work in 11 exciting categories. There's also a Jamaica 55 commemorative category for youth engaged in community-based volunteerism. Access nomination forms by visiting moey.gov.jm, youthjamaica.com, or any youth information center across the island. Nominations close August 31. Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, July 4. National Security Minister Robert Montego on Monday handed over 30 motor vehicles out of a batch of 200 being acquired for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The vehicles are to be deployed across the island to increase the mobility of the force.
We are looking for 200 pre-owned motor vehicles, 80 cars and 120 pickups. We have another 45 units that are being cleared in Montego Bay, and they should be brought up into Kingston to go through the usual checks and servicing before they are deployed.
The Security Minister says the vehicles will enhance the police's capacity to cut down on the movement of guns across the island.
Too much of our criminals are moving from parish to parish, division to division too freely. The increased mobility of the police will act as a force multiplier, where more and more of our police officers will be able to go further and further into the communities to increase their presence and also to dominate space, to help with vehicle checkpoints, and to begin to drive the criminal elements and to take control of our public spaces and our roadways.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is reaffirming government's commitment to providing the public infrastructure to support investments in tourism. He says this will ensure that both Jamaicans and visitors receive the total tourism experience.
The government will be making the necessary investments to ensure that not just our visitors but our locals enjoy good public order, good public transportation, and an orderly system within our townships and communities that surround these areas, because the truth is that the product isn't only here, the product is also outside.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking at the recent opening of the 285-suite Azul Beach Resort Sensatori in Negril. It's the latest hotel development undertaken by Mexico-based Charisma Hotel and Resorts chain. The company plans to pump $1 billion into the tourism sector over the next 10 years. This will see to the construction of 5,000 hotel rooms across the island under its sugarcane project. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is now in Grenada representing Jamaica's interests at the 38th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM. During the July 4 to 6 meeting, Mr. Holness will address several initiatives of national importance. Among them, the island's hosting of a conference to commemorate the 2017 UNWTO International Year of Sustainable Tourism for Development, to be held in Montego Bay this November. The Prime Minister is expected to discuss the outcome of the CARIFORUM ministerial meeting, which examined the EU, CELAC, and the ACP-EU partnerships. He will also speak on the recently concluded Caribbean Action 2030 Regional Conference on the Sustainable Development Goals. Dr. Horace Chang will act as Prime Minister while Mr. Holness is on assignment. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Dr. Andrew Wheatley is urging Jamaicans to be vigilant and protect their information. The call is in light of the Wangiri phone scam that has been affecting numerous phone subscribers. On the weekend, a number of subscribers received calls which appear to be originating from Poland. Minister Wheatley is asking persons not to answer calls from unfamiliar country codes and not to return those calls. However, if you answer the call, the Technology Minister is advising that you hang up immediately and do not follow any of the instructions. Dr. Wheatley is also asking persons who receive these calls and think they may be a victim to contact their telephone service provider, the police, or the Ministry's Cyber Incident Response Team. Floral tributes were laid at the shrine of the Right Excellent Norman Manley this morning to commemorate the 124th anniversary of his birth. At the wreath-laying ceremony, Culture Minister Olivia Grange asked Jamaicans to be inspired by the example of excellence which Mr. Manley set. She said this was especially important as the country celebrates 55 years of self-government for which Manley and other patriots fought.
Norman Manley served this country with utmost devotion and distinction and was an instrumental figure in the shaping of Jamaica. He loved and believed in the Jamaican people and our ability to overcome challenges and to make a lasting imprint on the world. Mr. Manley believed in our ability to make a success of our country.
And finally, former Government Minister Ambassador Carlisle Dunkley will be accorded an official funeral. The service of Thanksgiving will take place at the University Chapel on Wednesday, commencing at 10 a.m. Mr. Dunkley, who died on June 21, served Jamaica for more than 40 years in various posts. He was a former ambassador to Cuba and a special envoy to CARICOM and the Association of Caribbean States. He held cabinet positions, was deputy president of the Senate, and former president of the National Workers' Union. Other public duties saw Mr. Dunkley serving as senator in the 70s and 80s, Minister of Public Utilities and Transport, spokesman on education, Minister of Education, and Minister of Production, Mining and Commerce. The late Carlisle Dunkley also served as island supervisor of the NWU in 1972 and later as president of the union in 1977. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
Children now have an extra reason to love the Dunn's River Falls and Park. The world-famous Jamaican attraction is dripping with excitement. What am I talking about? Take a look.
Water slide and the splash pad is amazing. Woo!
The water slide is very fun, especially when you reach the turn, when it goes fast, you really want to enjoy it a lot. And the splash pad, oh my God.
Dunn's River Falls and Park is well known for its over 600 feet of cascading waterfall along its white sand beach. The world's famous attraction provides the unique opportunity for adventure seekers to climb the falls and as such is ranked among the must-do activities for visitors and residents alike. Now, visitors can take advantage of a new experience, the Central Garden, which caters to children and adults.
When we segment our customer groups coming into the park, we have able-bodied persons, we have children, we have those that want a little bit more of a slower space. They are not necessarily able to climb a 600-foot fall, but they also want to participate in nature, getting back to nature.
The area was once a customer parking lot but has been transformed into a cluster of 3 lush gardens with a water slide and splash pad as its central features. And the response is tremendous.
They're coming in numbers and you can just listen. It's one of the wonderful things when you have children laughter. Children are coming, both our residents who expect to come and our guests from overseas. Everybody's enjoying it.
I think it's amazing, it's nice, I love it.
I am enjoying myself. I had so much fun.
The Central Gardens is outfitted with 12 wood overlaid kiosks which add a rustic aura to the space and will serve as commercial outlets for Dunn's River Falls and Park branded merchandise, a photo shop, ice cream, pizza and other commodities. The project represents an investment of approximately $122 million by the Urban Development Corporation UDC, which manages the attraction through the Sintan Development Company. Construction was carried out by Chins Construction Limited, while the UDC provided design and project management services.
It's really a tremendous feat and a tremendous economic opportunity right here for St. Anne, and in particular Ocherias. The fact is that we're looking at 800,000 visitors annually, and we anticipate that this Central Guard will carry us over that million mark, which has been so elusive for so long.
The management here, the craft vendors here, the fall guides here, all the people here that interface with the guests have been able to produce an experience that tops each and every other attraction in Ocherias.
We are indeed committed to surpassing the customers' expectations and the experience in this space. It is a world-famous attraction which we intend to apply continuous improvement, innovation, and bring value-added experiences and bold marketing initiatives.
Major upgrades over the years include the installation of an electronic ticket management system as well as the construction of a jetty to facilitate arrivals by boat. A ticket office and entry courtyard have also been put in place to foster an enhanced entrance experience for guests. As the upgrade continues, the use of e-commerce through the Dunn's River Falls and Park website is on the horizon. The park is open to the public daily from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on cruise ship days. The entry rate for non-residents is $20 for persons ages 13 years and over and $12 for children ages 4 to 12 years. Residents with supporting IDs ages 13 years and older currently enjoy a discounted rate of $600 Jamaican dollars, and children ages 4 to 12 years will pay $300 Jamaican dollars. The Urban Development Corporation upgrading recreation facilities to world-class standard. To learn more about the work of the Urban Development Corporation, call 656-8031 or visit their website at www.udcja.com. You may also follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit their information center on the ground floor, Kingston Mall, downtown Kingston.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Government has announced that it will pay examination fees for up to 8 C6 subjects for students on the Program for Advancement Through Health and Education PATH. Yes, 8 free subjects for PATH students. In addition, these students will also receive 5 days lunch money, up from 3 days. Get some background about PATH in the next feature and hear from those who've made good use of the program.
Nearly 10 years ago, Aaron Nation was in a predicament. He had 3 daughters in school for whom he had big dreams, but very little means to make them a reality. As a security guard, he was earning a minimum wage, and his wife was unable to work due to an illness. Even sending his girls to school and providing for his family's basic needs was a challenge. What was he to do? The answer came from a colleague.
I was introduced by one of my co-workers one night while we was at work, and she was telling me how she benefit with her 3 children. So I found it interesting, so the very next day I went to the office and applied, and they gave me a form and complete the form and take it back to the office with information on it. And then after that, one of the social workers visited the house to confirm the information that was given on the paper. And then I was being informed that I was being enrolled on the program.
What Aaron's co-worker introduced him to was the Program of Advancement Through Health and Education, PATH. It's a cash transfer program funded by the Government of Jamaica and the World Bank. Since 2002, PATH has been offering assistance to thousands of parents like Aaron.
It helped my children them throughout school, especially the lunch program was good for me because all I need to give them was $300 each day to pay their fare and $100 to buy a drinks because they get a meal every day.
With the monthly stipend PATH offered, plus the meals provided under the school feeding program, Aaron was empowered to ensure his girls never missed a day of school. He was finally able to put them on track for the bright future he dreamed of.
Compliance in attending school is a requirement of the PATH program. So if you do not attend school every day, the benefits are cut. You can lose them if the children are not attending school. So I believe that that is one positive contribution that it has made, where besides giving the assistance, that it has said that there must be compliance in school attendance.
Aaron's eldest daughter, Nicole, is grateful for PATH's support. She credits it with putting her well on the path to fulfilling her dreams of being a medical doctor. She's now an intern at the Spanish Town Hospital.
I began the PATH program when I was at Montego Community College. I was just starting college, and so my father received the monthly stipend to assist our household. The PATH program became a more fundamental part of my educational journey when, during my last year of medical school, I received a grant of $100,000 to help finance my tuition.
Nicole's sister Marielle, who is now a trained teacher, also got help from PATH towards her tertiary education.
As soon as she was 18 years old, I went back to the office, complete the forms. They gave me a grant of $50,000, so I used it to help pay the school fee at Sam Sharp Teachers College. And then in the final year, I saw one day in the newspaper when it came out that final year student would be granted $100,000. So I have 2 children who was on their final year.
Now, only one of the nation's sisters remains on the program at the secondary level. Just like the nation's sisters, PATH has enabled many students to shine from the primary to tertiary levels.
PATH students have excelled. There's a youth ambassador program in the PATH program, and 16 persons were awarded at a function we had recently, the Mona Visitors Lodge. And in those 16 youth ambassadors, I mean, that's such a positive story. There was one medical doctor, there was an attorney, linguists, teachers, persons who have truly excelled and who can speak of the benefits of the PATH program.
Nicole was one of those bestowed the prestigious title of Youth Ambassador.
Being a youth ambassador, it is a privilege, it is an honor. I view it as a critical role, especially in helping to move Jamaica forward. We're an inspiration, we're a motivation, we're there to drive students and say, hey, you can achieve not just a high school education, but also a tertiary education. We will be going to visit schools, we'll be on the devotionals, we'll be encouraging students. Take the money, take the lunches, take whatever PATH provides for you and make it your own. Do your best in school, get an education, and the sky's the limit.
In addition to providing a monthly stipend, feeding young beneficiaries and providing school grants, PATH provides several other benefits for students and their parents.
We have the Steps to Work program, which is a program that allows the parents of the children to become gainfully engaged, whether in shops, setting up shops, rearing pigs, rearing chickens, so that they, in time, can come off. It's the graduation strategy to get people off of PATH, because of course you don't want people to remain on PATH for the rest of their lives.
Students also receive money for transportation to school, and those at the secondary level are able to sit 5 CSEC subjects free of cost, enabling them to meet the minimum qualifications for acceptance to university. And there are plans on the horizon for the monthly family stipend.
We have been looking at, and it's going to come through, increasing the benefits that we pay.
I would encourage any parents to try and don't let it go by, because it's a good program and it can really assist you through education. So if you're really serious about education, please stick to the thing, because it can work, because it works well for me. Not just well, but very, very well.
In addition to students, PATH beneficiaries include persons 60 years and over who don't receive a pension, persons with disabilities, pregnant and lactating women, and poor adults 18 to 59 years of age. If you need more information on the PATH program, contact the Ministry of Labour and Social Security at 922-9500-14 or visit their website mlss.gov.jm.
Life is all about making decisions, choosing from a number of options to do a particular thing, which may result in a specific outcome.
It can be difficult, but there are 4 things you can do to help make that decision.
Stop. Check out what's happening and remind yourself to think before acting.
Think. Make sure you're aware of the choices, all the advantages and disadvantages. Then think about the consequences.
Act. Choose the best option and do something about it.
Review. Finally, review what you have done and determine if it was good or bad. That way, you'll be in a better position to make the next decision, whether big or simple.
Mosquitoes are undoubtedly annoying, with their irritating sound and stinging bites. But there are more compelling reasons we'd rather not have them around. Several species are carriers of diseases and a threat to human health. Of most significance to Jamaica is the Aedes aegypti mosquito, known to transmit dengue fever, chikungunya, yellow fever, and the Zika virus. Only female mosquitoes bite, doing so to get the blood they need for egg production. And therefore, only female mosquitoes transmit these viruses.
The Aedes aegypti mosquito is what we call a timid feeder. So she's easily disturbed when feeding. It means that in one night, she may feed on several persons before she takes her complete blood meal. Each time she feeds, she secretes that substance. And in the secretion of the substance, the pathogen is passed on. So in one night, one female Aedes aegypti mosquito is able to infect more than one person.
The female Aedes aegypti mosquito is a prolific breeder.
One female Aedes aegypti mosquito is able to lay up to 200 eggs each time she lays her eggs. So one mosquito can populate an entire area.
The lifespan of the mosquito is around 3 weeks, and the entire cycle from egg to adult can occur in as little as 7 to 8 days. Female mosquitoes are ready to mate within a few hours after reaching their adult stage, and males are usually ready within 24 hours.
This mosquito prefers cleaner waters for the female mosquitoes. She will lay her eggs in water, and for the Aedes, it will be water which is in and around the household.
So while there are a number of things we can and should do to prevent being bitten, the most effective way to prevent the spread of diseases by these mosquitoes is to prevent their breeding.
The Aedes aegypti mosquito is a mosquito that breeds in a containerized environment. They do not breed in rivers and drains, but they breed in containers that can be found in and around where persons dwell. So come with us and let us show you some of those breeding sites. This is a typical dish drainer that we find in most homes. And under most dish drainer is a tray that collects the water that comes off the dishes. And believe it or not, we have found breeding in several homes in these dish drainers. Yes. You can see that we have water that has settled. If this water does not evaporate quickly, it can lend itself to the breeding of the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So you not only have to empty the dish drainer, but you have to scrub to remove those eggs. This is the typical saucer that we will find under a plant. The rain has reached and fallen, it has collected water, and right now it is steaming with the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Do you have some of these in your home? Aedes aegypti prefers water that is a little bit on the cleaner side, and it's found in a shaded environment. So what should we do with something like this? It's quite simple. You need to throw away the water. And if these containers are not being used, you have to keep them turned down so they're not able to collect water. If you have them under your plants, we ask that you bore holes in them so that it will not collect water. Do you have these in your homes? We find these in a lot of hotels and business places. And we ask those persons, check these bird baths or any ornamental things like these you have in your garden to ensure that they are not breeding the Aedes aegypti mosquito. There are things like this thrown down in person's backyard. Old equipment, old furniture, old fixtures that are taken from homes, especially during construction. These are also able to hold water. And if they're holding water and sit for a while in the environment, they will also breed mosquitoes. And so we have found breeding in wheelbarrows, in old refrigerator, in old sinks such as this one. And we ask persons, if you're throwing out these, please ensure that they are positioned in such a way that they will not collect water.
Many persons, when they do have their drums, most times drums do not have any covers. So there is a mesh cover which is so designed to replace the missing covers. It is lightweight, and what we do is just simply slip it over, and the mesh is so designed mosquitoes will not be able to go through this mesh to get to the water. So this is the ideal way. One of the benefits also of this mesh is that even when rain does fall, water will go right through it. This is a typical example where this we have is a plastic drum and we have a metal cover here which is not designed for this. Whilst in some practice the intent is good, there may be occasions in which it does not fit or sit properly, and as a result you still have openings where mosquitoes can go right through and breed.
The mosquito is breeding right there in some very small places right around where you live. What is the habit we want you to develop? Once every week, search for and destroy the breeding sites of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
This is where the magazine closes for today, but there's lots more to see on our webpage, jis.gov.jm. There you may find more information on government programs and policies. For more television features, visit our YouTube channel. We're also on other social media sites. You can also download our app from the Google Play Store to stay informed while you're on the go. Do have yourselves a wonderful evening. I'm Adrian Atkinson.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.